I was 8 months pregnant when my husband Brandon invited me to his company's 15th anniversary. Even with my heavy belly, I spent the afternoon trying on dresses to find one that fit the occasion and gave me some confidence. I chose a navy blue silk maxi dress. It was soft and flowing, hiding my bump, but offering a bit of needed confidence. I curled my hair, put on lipstick, and wore earrings Brandon gave me. I knew it wouldn't hide everything, but I hoped he'd look at me like he used to. The party was in a luxury Seattle hotel ballroom. Crystal chandeliers flowing wine laughter filling the air. I held Brandon's hand. He wore the grey suit I picked out, hair neat face, confident. For a moment, I hoped this night could be a fresh start. But I was wrong. Abigail, Brandon's young, tall assistant with blonde waves, came up first. From the start, she clung to Brandon's arm, laughing as if it was her event. She called him Bran, patted his chest, tilted her head, showing off her earrings. I stood beside them, feeling like I watched a play I wasn't cast in. No one noticed my unease. They greeted Brandon, complimented him, glanced politely at me, and moved on. I forced a smile, held my mocktail. Madeline. Abigail turned to me, eyes shimmering, voice sweet but insincere. Hope you don't mind me keeping him so long. I smiled politely. It's okay. I understand you must be busy. I just want everything perfect tonight, she said, turning back to Brandon without waiting for me. Brandon just gave a vague smile and listened to her talk about partners. I stepped back. The air felt thin. I walked toward the window, seeking a quiet spot. My belly felt heavy, not just the baby, but the weight of being sidelined in my own relationship. I put my hand on my stomach, feeling kicks, a quiet reminder I wasn't totally alone. What bothered me most was Abigail's look. Not admiration, but smug triumph, like she'd already won. And Brandon. He didn't notice or didn't care. I used to make him blush. We'd shared hard times, humble meals, small joys. But tonight, surrounded by luxury, I felt like a faint shadow in the life of the man who vowed to love me forever. I didn't know what the future held, but something inside me had shifted. It was unmistakable. Sitting in a corner trying to breathe steadily, Abigail approached. She held a glass of red wine. Madeline? She smiled. I know you're pregnant, but one sip won't hurt. Special wine Napa Valley. Try it. I looked at the wine, then her. I smiled faintly. Thank you. I'm not drinking. She tilted her head. Oh, forgot. Shame poured it just for you. Don't want to hurt my feelings. Her voice was low but audible nearby. I glanced at Brandon, steps away oblivious. Abigail, I said calmly. I really can't drink. She pushed. Just a sip. Red wine's good for blood. I was uncomfortable. I said no. Please stop. Her smile tightened, then smoothed. Okay, hold it for me, my hands are cold. Before I could answer, she put the glass in my hand. As I took it, she nudged my wrist. Accidentally. Wine spilled all over her ivory dress. She gasped. Oh no. Her voice echoed. My mother's birthday gift, custom from Paris. How could you? I was stunned. Eyes turned to me. Whispers spread. Before I could speak, Abigail sobbed loudly, running from the room. I stood there holding the glass stem, wine dripping. The air was thick. A woman near me shook her head. Someone whispered, Who spills wine on someone at a party? I looked to Brandon, hoping he'd help say it was an accident. But he just stood, expression unreadable. Then turned away, like he was ashamed. I don't know how I left that ballroom. My legs moved on their own. I found a restroom, locked the door, and cried. Not for the dress or wine. For Brandon's eyes. His silence. Something inside me broke completely. I realized I wasn't just humiliated by Abigail. I was betrayed by the man who promised protection. And worse, I wondered if it wasn't an accident. maybe a planned performance. When I left the restroom, the party was back. Music, laughter, as if nothing happened. But I knew the whispers, stares, twisted stories were circulating. I didn't go back to Brandon. I walked straight to the exit, hailed a cab, and went home alone. That night on the couch, hand on my belly, I felt unbearably alone. The baby moved, a reminder I couldn't be weak. But I wondered if I disappeared, would anyone notice next morning aching? Phone notifications crawled over my skin. Social media open, my heart dropped. A short video under a minute. Me dancing in the living room weeks earlier. Gently swaying to jazz for Brandon after work. Light tea pants, hair up, no makeup. Smiling, patting my belly, dancing with my son. Thousands of comments. Not kind words. Raw mockery. Pregnant elephant putting on a show. Who dances like that, losing self-respect? Trying to seduce with that belly? I froze. The lines cut deep. I didn't understand. Only Brandon had that video. He leaked it. A horrifying thought. I got up, needed answers, needed to believe it wasn't him. Maybe his phone was stolen, hacked. Anything but him. Our house was in a quiet Seattle neighborhood, where we'd dreamed our child would grow up. The front door unlocked, laughter upstairs. His office was in use. I was about to call out, then a man's voice clear. You really pulled it off, Brandon. Turned a boring wife into office entertainment. My heart dropped. I crept towards the door. Brandon's voice calm, cold. She danced like a comedy skit. Who wouldn't share that? Her belly was a balloon, still twisting like a ballerina. Both laughed loudly. A slap to my pride. I gripped the wall nails, digging in. Brandon's voice softened but bitter. She thought a few dances would make me stay. She doesn't get it. I'm over this life. A woman nearing 35, drained heavy. Nothing to hold on to. Someone else added, Abigail's prettier, younger, sharper. That's your world now, Brandon. I couldn't listen. Nausea rose. I slipped away, trying not to collapse in my own hallway. I used to think if something bad happened, Brandon would protect me, shield me. But he pushed me into the mud. I took a cab to my old, empty apartment. Quiet, unlike the cold house. I sank onto the couch. Belly shifted, comforting me. The baby was there, safe in my world. For this child, I had to be strong. But it still hurt. In the dark, I turned on my phone. Clicked another link. The video had 2 million views overnight. I watched myself dancing, looked at my growing belly. Something inside shifted. Not pain. Clarity. I trusted the wrong person. I wouldn't be anyone's joke again. I don't know how long I stayed awake. Morning light came. My eyes were wide. The video was up. Thousands of shares. Laughs. Daggers in comments. In Brandon's company chat, they edited my image into memes. Dancer of the month. Boss can't keep his wife controlled. Pregnant showgirl now touring. I set the phone down. Numbness. At 10 a.m. anonymous message. Another clip. Brandon's office. People watching my video. Brandon at the head, smirking, remote in hand. Abigail beside him, laughing. Dancer of the month! Someone yelled. Abigail giggled, whispering to Brandon. I clenched fists. Something broke. Deeper than trust. Basic decency. That afternoon I went to an OB clinic on the outskirts. Quiet, discreet. Sat in the waiting room, hand on belly, apologizing to the baby for my choices. Believed I'd be a mother surrounded by love. Now my child was a target of ridicule. Miss Madeline, a nurse called. I stood. Phone buzzed. Brandon. We need to talk. Stop acting out. Abigail cried all night. Don't make things worse. Stunned. Me, humiliated, betrayed, exposed. Responsible for his assistant's emotions, I stared at the screen. Turned to the front desk. Sorry, need to reschedule. I need time. I left, walking slowly. Didn't know what to do. Couldn't decide while my heart bled from his lies. That night returned to the apartment. Familiar scent. Abigail's perfume. Lingered on the sofa, lipstick mark on a glass. Brandon walked out of kitchen surprised. "What are you doing here?" he asked, annoyed. "I live here," I said coolly. "At least I used to." He tried calm. I texted. "We need to talk." "About what?" "Spreading that video, your assistant pouring wine and blaming me." He frowned. "Overreacting. Video was a light moment. People needed a laugh. Abigail didn't mean harm." I laughed bitterly. "Overreacted. Your office mocked my body, projected my pregnancy as a punchline." He showed me a photo. Him and Abigail smiling by a lake resort, his arm around her. "What am I to you?" I asked, voice low but sharp. "You were everything," he answered. "But you changed. Not the woman I loved." I nodded. "No, I'm just pregnant. And you never really loved me." I took keys from my bag, placed them on the table. "Keep the house. You'll never keep me." Walked out. Didn't look back. That night scheduled an appointment. Not clinic. Lawyer. End everything. On my terms. 3 days later, invitation to his company's year-end party. From admin. "Dear Madeline, honored to see you. Reflect on a memorable year." Part of me ripped it up. Another part dignity whispered I had to go. Face the truth. Confirm everything was gone. Arrived in a black dress. Simple, elegant. Belly huge, steps slow. But I came. Alone. Top floor of Lancaster Hotel. City lights below. Soft music. Polished, luxurious, cold. Stepped in, glances, whispers. Abigail by Brandon red gown. High bun, radiant smile showing ownership. I poured water. Abigail approached with wine glasses. Madeline a toast, clear misunderstandings, no bitterness. "I'm not drinking," I replied calmly. "I'm pregnant." "Just a sip, ha ha ha, didn't you dance? One sip won't hurt." Loud enough for others. Some laughed, Brandon behind her silent. I set my glass down, tried to walk away. Senior employee blocked me smirking. "Madeline heard you danced live performance." I froze. Couldn't believe it. Before I responded, lights went out. Spotlight on me. Music started. The tune from the leaked video. I turned to Brandon, hands in pockets, face blank. "This is too much." I trembled. "Come on!" Someone laughed. Celebrating the viral moment. I stepped back, heart pounded, baby moved. "Stop it," I growled. "Not your entertainment." A hand spun me. Abigail. "Oh, come on. You danced well. Let everyone enjoy." I pushed her away. Her wine glass flew spilled on my dress, the floor. People screamed, then laughed. Vision blurred. Staggered back. Sharp pain. Abdomen. Legs buckled. Warm fluid rushed pooling on marble. I screamed. "Brandon Labor Hospital." He stepped forward, frowning. "Cut it out, Madeline pulling this stunt, stealing attention." "No," I cried. "My water broke. The baby." He sighed, turned away. "Someone get her out. Don't ruin the party." I lay there shaking. No one came. No one called for help. Nearly 2 hours later, a night janitor found me, unconscious in a downstairs restroom. Pale face, bluish lips. Panicked, called ambulance. Rode with me. Woke up morning. Nurse avoided eyes. Doctor spoke softly. Did everything. Too late. I didn't scream or cry. Stared at white ceiling. Hum of AC, a tragic lullaby. Closed eyes. Something died. No one to blame but the man who vowed protection. Left hospital early morning. Streets fogged. No announcements, goodbyes. Just a discharge slip, empty ID bracelet. No one knew where I went. Left Seattle on the last train south. To a small coastal town I knew. No one knew me. No video scene. No one knew Brandon Lawson. Rented a room above a bookstore. Changed bank name. Shut down social media. Cut ties. Each morning walked shoreline. Waves breeze carrying nightmares. Didn't talk. Wrote. Documented everything to remind myself. Still alive. Brandon realized I was gone next day. Hospital with gift box tired look. Didn't know I lost baby until the night nurse Linda saw him. She lost the baby. No one was there for her. Brandon froze. His nightmare began. 3 days later, break room at office. Overheard Abigail giggling with colleagues. Paused outside, listened. Her voice smug. Who'd think one tiny pill worked better? Took a month to find triggers, contractions, no trace. Someone drugged her drink. Abigail laughed. Gave things a nudge, gave Brandon freedom, tired of gloomy wife blaming belly. Woman, can't keep man, shouldn't complain. Whole room laughed, then saw door. Brandon stepped in, face white. Laughter stopped. What did you say? Say it again. What did you do? Abigail froze, recomposed. Brandon joking. Everyone knows I didn't mean harm. Joking. Brandon cut her off, eyes steel. Woman lost baby cause of you. Joke, silence. Phone out, tapped, showed her screen. Resignation letter ready. Pack, now. Don't see you within 100 miles. Brandon, she stammered, grabbed his sleeve. Didn't mean... He shook her off, walked out, with resolve he didn't know he had, but didn't erase truth. He left me humiliated. Watched wife made a joke. Believed Abigail. Until the end. Weeks after Brandon tried finding me. Private investigators' cameras, hospital records, old friends. No one knew. Disappeared. Company spiraled. Break room recording leaked. Press involved. Investors pulled out. Social media headlines, heartless CEO. Toxic power plays. Brandon Lawson magazine cover, man face of moral collapse. Photos of him leaving HQ, crumpled suit, head down. Plastered everywhere. I didn't care. Sat in my room, seaside town. Tea old book. Waves whispered. Breeze rustled trees. Lost part of soul. Reclaimed freedom. Wouldn't let anyone take it again. Nearly a year later, started over. Peaceful coastal region. South of France. No one knew me, my past. Rented small house. Overlooking white sands. Simple life. Baking freelance writing, illustrating kids' books. Dreamed of never could with Brandon. Learned to smile. Not healed, but deserved peace. One autumn morning, cleaning bakery counter. Bell chimed. Looked up. World froze. Brandon. Thinner, gaunt. Not the polished man. In arms dried lavender. My favourite. Voice cracked. Madeline found you. Didn't respond. Cry. Smile. Stood still. Hands clenched. Heart quiet. He sat without invite. Talked. Guilt spilling. Night I left. Company shaken by CEO's wife sudden disappearance during media crisis. Overheard Abigail talking to colleague. Drugged my drink at party. Wanted you to lose control. Look ridiculous. Didn't think it'd go that far. Looked down. Fired her. Too late. Stayed silent. Lost everything. Board didn't trust. Stock plummeted. Media tore me apart. Resigned. Sold shares. One thing left. Folder from jacket. Remaining ownership transfer. Do anything. Sell. Hand off. Let it fail. Only ask forgiveness. A little. Touched folder. Not ambition. Needed to know thing overshadowing life was in my hands. Not a threat. Looked in his eyes. Forgiveness. Maybe. Going back, no. Love died day. I begged, hospital walked away. Lowered head. Stood up, walked outside. Sky wide clear, sunlight over sea. Turned back, spoke softly. Not coming back. Don't need company. Or that past. Hope this ends in peace. Walked away. Every step severed a thread to pain. Don't know when he left. Didn't need to. First time after everything free. First time chose myself. Spring balcony of cafe. Tea. Message from friend at Brandon's company. Few lines. Heartbeat slowed. She's arrested. Mother died stroke. Company collapsing. Read again. Abigail charged. Illegally distributing private content. Inflicting severe emotional harm. Criminal under cybercrime laws. Police dug. Found she edited spread 3 private videos of me. Dancing, hospital after party. Shock Abigail's mother died. Stroke after seeing cruel comments about daughter online. Price too high. Couldn't be happy or sad. Numbness. World silent. Brandon crumbled. Truth about videos public. Investors demanded audit. Discovered Brandon shared private content of me in employee chats as joke. Investors pulled out. Partners terminated. Company bankrupt. Media swarmed scandal. Brandon's image a punchline. Memes parodies news analyzing downfall. Man of power confidence became name for disgrace. Weeks later, express delivery letter. Bank folder. $50 million transfer. Remainder of his personal assets. Handwritten note. Nothing changes past. Use life to make amends. Here begins. Don't ask forgiveness. Only hope you live in peace. True peace. Folded letter, drawer. Next to journal unworn newborn bracelet. Didn't call. Text. From money small portion for foundation supporting women emotional abuse. Public humiliation, pregnancy loss. My experience. Rest in frozen account. Untouched. Reminder. I could choose but didn't need to. Evening sky pink-orange. Balcony. Waves crash. Ocean's breath. Wounds fade. Time makes them hurt less. Haven't forgotten. Don't define me. My cafe cobbled alley Provence. Name Rain. Simple soft melancholy. Now a haven. Repainted cafe by hand. Cream walls lavender. Wooden tables painted mugs. Warm almond pastries. Familiar stop for strangers. For me wake before sunrise. Market. Don't need leader through storm. Walk alone. Scarred feet. Steadily. Unexpected rain drizzles. Pattering on tin roof. Stand behind counter. Listen to rain. Tender ache. Not sadness, regret. Gratitude. Strong enough to walk from darkest days. Never told anyone here about Brandon. Baby lost. Near window, small rose plant. Sketch of hands fragile flower. No one asks. Understand. Space for sacred. Regular customer old Italian man. Rain don't forget pain. Live with it, not consumed. Smiled. Knew right. 50 million didn't touch. Transferred to fund supporting women abuse loss. Don't need his money. Created what needed myself. Peace, freedom, pride. Brandon disappeared like summer storm. Fast, violent ruin. Tried finding me. Never found Madeline. Woman died, night lost child in rain. Now rain. Live for self. Morning sunlight chamomile tea. Smile. Real smile. Walked through hell. Came back alive. Brighter. Madeline's story painful, inspiring. Betrayal, loss, rebirth. Humiliated, manipulated, left grieving. Rose, walked away, rebuilt. Pain never vanishes. Found peace inside. Something no money status false marriage gave. Living proof, true, free, resilient, greatest victory. Thoughts on Madeline's journey. Right choice to leave, rediscover self, share. Follow for more stories, life, family, resilience.